You wear a hat they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat. You just like clubbing and clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3 happy meals for the road. My oldest like counting racks. My middle one, she's in a dirt bike. My youngest is just like a mama. The mama loves me and I love her, so if she wants something, it's never a bother. 3 little ladies, my babies, and 1 on the way. Now I'm stressing my mama. And don't try to play around, don't try to play with them unless you're looking for problems. So don't try to play around, don't try to play with them. My brother's out with the drama. 4 to 5 nights on the road, counting the days till I'm home. I could do show after show, but nothing is better than home. Driving through nights I'm alone, counting the days till I'm home. I've been on road, I'm on go, but nothing is better than home. Clicking my heels like I'm Dorothy. I need new hobbies, it's boring me. Play all my kids and it's water me. I see new loafers, I'm ordering. I just bought socks and stocks. I feel on top to top. Champagne I pop, I pop. Still young in my 20s, I celebrate. This one for the dads, let me dedicate. Head of the house like the head of state. Bring home the cash in the dinner place. I go, I zoom, accelerate. I cannot be bought at some bargain rate. I got on my back and my body weight. I stay in the crib like a quarantine. I stay in the crib and I isolate. Making my way, watch me demonstrate. I ain't no special, I'm a tidal wave. I came to win, I ain't come to play. At my own pace and I'm never late. See this rap thing is still new to me. Might only do this for like 2 or 3. I'll be down as long as it's true to me. Got records on records that's new to you, but none of these records is new to me. I used to skip class, now I'm tutoring. I was just a team with a GED. On paper was worth like a couple G's. That hustle and work, nothing new to me. Look back now, I'm worth like an Amazon. Never underestimate G.O.D. Don't give me what I want, but what I need. D.D. that's me. 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 D.D. that's
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. We time, you
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's class. Super excited to have you guys in the room. Let me know in the chat if you've been watching this since March. We've been doing these classes every single week, sometimes multiple times per week. So I'd love to see that. If you're an OG, type OG. If you're new and you've never seen me do this live before, then type new in the chat as well and let me know where you're watching from. That's always fun to see where everybody's at currently right now. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. We're going to be focusing on cutting an undercut bob. The reason we're going to do that is because it's a great way to remove weight from the underneath of a haircut and then have that weight kind of cascade over. So this is great for thick hair, medium hair. Wouldn't quite use it with fine hair just because it can skinny it up a little bit. But if you have medium to thick hair, this is a great technique for cutting either a long bob or a regular length bob, like right around the chin or lower, or the jaw or lower. All right, cool. So I see you guys in the chat. Let me see if I think I have another couple things I want to put up here real quick. Oh, it's losing me again. See where we're at here. All right, I think that's the only logo, and it disappears. Let me put it over here, see if it'll look good over there. All right, so we are live on Minerva Beauty's Facebook, as well as the Free Salon Education Facebook, my Facebook, and then also on YouTube. So big shout out to Minerva Beauty. They've been sponsoring this class since the beginning. And, you know, we have a lot of fun every single week. We're live on their Facebook. So if you're on Minerva, let me know. Just type Minerva in the chat. And then also, because I'll give you a shout out if you're on there. And hit that share button. That's really the way that we grow this room, make things a little bit bigger. You know, the more you chat, the more you get involved in the classroom, the better and the more fun we're going to have. So, all right, let me hit record here. Let's see. All right, very cool, very cool. Love seeing all of you guys on here. We got New Mexico. The UK, we got Adele on here, point cutting, point cutting. I know who that guy is. Is that who you are? Or is your name point cutting on there? I recognize the picture. All right, let's see here. Massachusetts, we got a newbie there. Ireland, good to see you. Sweden, California. Very, very cool. India, Tampa, Florida, good times there. Seattle, Houston, very cool. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Very excited to get into this cut today. All right, so let's pop over to our mannequin here. And what I want to show you guys is how we're going to section this out. It's going to be pretty simple. And actually, this cut's going to go pretty quick. So make sure that you are tuning in through the whole thing. So what I do is I just brush the hair back off of the face first. This mannequin has been processed and made blonde, so she's super fun to get through right now. So I'll go through here. One little trick to detangling the hair, especially if it's processed hair, is to take your paddle brush. You can see the hair popping out of it. Take your paddle brush and go vertical with it as opposed to going horizontal. So this way pulls more tension. So when you're smoothing out the hair, that's good. But when you want to detangle, you just run the brush this way and you get a much better result detangling the hair. So I'm going to work that through and back before I go in with my comb. So there we go. All right. So now I got the hair straight back. I'm going to grab my comb, and I'm going to start working my section into the back. I'm going to draw a vertical line straight down the center, all the way down the center back. So I'll continue combing through, working that hair. This girl's going to be super fun to work with today. So here we go, straight down center. Basically just going to pull her hair out as we're going. There we go. All right, so straight down the center. There we go. All right. So now I got the center parting in there. Now we're going to work straight down the center back. Saturate the hair. Just like this, straight down center back. And we'll separate the two sides. She needs some Olaplex. That's very true. Fortunately, I think she had Olaplex. All right. So then, once I get the two sides split, now I'm going to go right across the occipital bone over to behind the ear. I'm going to draw a slightly diagonal forward line there, and then comb the rest over and clip it away. Looks like she may have gotten a bit of a chemical cut. Well, she's about to get even more of a cut. All right, comb that over. Grab a couple clips. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side here. We'll comb this hair down. There we go. Slide the clip up underneath. Now, give a little bit of moisture because she needs it. She definitely needs it. A little bit of moisture through here. And we're going to do our undercut. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can go about doing an undercut on your clients. So you could either use a razor like we're going to use today. You could do scissor work underneath. You could do clipper work underneath. Just depends on what length you're going for on the bottom. I'm trying to create a nice soft feel to the bottom of the hair, and I can just swipe through it really easy. And we're going to use the TriRazor, which is my brand new tool. So if you guys are looking to pick one of these things up, the OGs in the chat, please type shop FSE in the chat. That's where you guys can get it. $44.95. You can pick it up on there. So this is where I want you guys to kind of work through. So we're going to take vertical sections straight down the center, and I'm just going to slide the TriRazor through and cut my line. I'm just going to work all the way across in round sections, following the round of the head all the way around to the opposite side. So this thing's got 3 different cutting sides. We're going to be using the 100% cutting side. There's also a texture 25 side and a texture 50, depending on what kind of amounts of hair you're trying to take out. So for now, we're going to take out 100%. Then we can always go in and texturize later in the haircut. So right here, let me spin her, and I'm going to tilt her head slightly, and I'm going to work to take a vertical section straight out of the center back. So just like this, vertical section. Now, depending on how thick her hair is how thick you want this section to be. So if she's got medium hair, you can go kind of occipital bone area. If it's a little bit thicker, you can go a little higher up. Obviously, you just don't go anywhere up into this crown because that's the hair that's going to cascade over. So we want to cut this underneath nice and short, and then this hair is going to fall over, and we're going to cut that at a separate length. So here we go. Bring the hair out. Just like that. Bring the hair out. And I'm going to go nice and tight to the head, so right here, and I'm just going to slide and cut through. So you see how easy we cut this line right here. So now I'm going to move to the next section, just like this. Bring that hair over, and now I'm going to comb that new section over straight out from the head, and I'm going to comb the guide over to the new section. So now it's coming straight out from where it lives. I see the guide through, and I just slide through and swipe. Again, nice short hair through there. Comb the hair again, and then I bring the guide over to it. You want to make sure to cut kind of with the round of the head, always pulling the hair straight out from where it lives. So right here, slide through, swipe. It's another great technique just for cutting short hair. You can see how easy we get through it. So then here, scoop up the hair, pull the guide over, like that. And now I'm going to swipe just like this, right through. Straggler. So you can see how simple we get through the back. It looks really nice. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side here. Let me see if I can show you guys easier. What am I using to cut? So this is the TriRazor. It's available on our online store. So you can see right here. Pop up. You can get it on Shop FSE. So here is that. And then let me run. Where is it? Here we go. I'll just put this up here. There you go. So you guys can see it. All right. So you can pick it up on there. $44. Fun tool to cut hair with. So here, now I'm pointing down, but I'm going to comb that hair straight out from where it lives, just like that. And I'm going to swipe with the TriRazor down. Comb that hair over. Swipe down. Same thing, vertical section. Actually going to keep, I like this body position better. So you guys can't see it as well, but now combing that guide over to the new hair. So now I can see it. The new hair is coming straight out from where it lives, and I just swipe through. Makes me just want to do a short haircut. It's looking good. Here we go. Swipe. All right, so you can see that short hair and how it's just easy to cut through. And so now when we take this clip off, you'll see the hair kind of fall over top of that undercut. And then we could decide, do we want to cut with a razor over this, or do we want to cut with a scissor? What I'm going to do is I'm going to blow dry this because I don't want to comb through it anymore. It's really my, if I had somebody in the salon like this, I would do the same thing. Her hair is in rough shape on the ends from lightening services or blow dry damage, whatever it is that your client has. So what I'm going to do is blow dry this, smooth it with an iron, then go in and cut my length off using some dry hair cutting techniques, a little bit of dry cutting with the TriRazor and all of that. So here we go. I'm going to use my Paul Mitchell Neuro blow dryer. Handleless, super fun blow dryer to use. I like using the nozzle anyways. We're going to use that to flat wrap around. Product choices that I'm going to make for today, 2 products. So I'm going to use Neuro Prime. This is a great heat protectant, thermal protectant for the hair. So as I'm going through it, it's going to give me a little bit of hold, but mostly just protect it from the heat. And then I've got this lightweight velvet cream product, which I like because I'm not trying to weigh down her nice blonde hair here. So I'm going to cocktail these 2 products together. First one, velvet cream. Put that in my hand. And then second one, a little bit of this Prime from Neuro. Run those 2 products through. We do not want to create any more damage on this hair whatsoever. And this will help add a lot of slip to the hair as well. Now these doll heads do not have thick hair, so you will see kind of more of a result that you would get cutting this haircut with fine hair, but we'll work through it and I'll show you guys that. So I'm just going to flat wrap around the head. Almost there. Okay. Almost got lost in my own little world there for a second. How about you guys? All right, so basically what I'm going to do now, let me pop this up here. All right, so what I'm going to do here is work through it with the iron real quick, just to smooth it out. So I'm going to use the Paul Mitchell Neuro iron. Look how much hair we took out. Oof. This girl's processed to death. All right. All right, so I'm going to work through those ends and then we'll go in and cut. So a couple things came up in the chat that I saw as I was blow drying. The first thing was you're really going to razor cut dry hair. So after looking at the quality of the ends here and things like that, so here's where I want to tell you guys, razoring isn't going to hurt the hair. What's going to hurt the hair is not using a sharp razor or a sharp scissor when you go in and cut it. So what you need to do is make sure you have a fresh blade. But then the other thing is, what does razoring look like? Razoring looks like shattered edges because as you slide, you're cutting different lengths. So people interpret that as being a more kind of shattered look, or they call it split ends or whatever. It's not that. If I took a scissor and slid down and cut all my lines through it, I'm going to get the same effect. And it's going to be the same thing. It's a blade sliding on the hair. What I want to do is I want to cut a blunt edge with the scissor. So we're going to do kind of a one length blunt edge. And then I might go in and do a little detailing with the razor. But all I'm doing is always looking for kind of speed ways to go about my day-to-day salon life. So just ways that I can do things a little bit quicker, like cutting the back, just swiping through it, gliding through it, and then same thing through this. So I'm going to cut a one length, and then we'll see what I want to do with the texturizing after that, if I want to texturize at all. So I'm going to go in, smooth this out. Still feel like the hair is a little bit damp, so I'm going to go in, blow dry a little bit more, spray a little bit of, this is Undone Texture Spray. Just add a little extra hold. Sometimes I like to put a little hairspray in the hair as it gets almost all the way dry. I feel like it speeds up the drying process and helps smooth the cuticle out as well. So here we go. Let's get her fully dry, and then we'll smooth her out. Nicholas. So yes, hairspray before cutting, but it's a very fine hairspray. And if you see the shine and the smoothness that we're getting from it now, it's just adding tiniest bit of spray to it that helps smooth it out. So I'm trying to get this hair into a really nice smooth state so that it lays nice, and then I can go in and cut the hair. To each their own though. You don't have to do it. You don't have to add hairspray. These are just my thoughts, my process. It is a nice blonde. This is courtesy of Danielle, works at the salon. Blonded this thing up, but mannequin hair is already pretty processed, so. What was the blow dryer you used? So Sarah, I used, it was the Paul Mitchell Neuro Grip blow dryer. You can get that on Paul Mitchell's website. So I'm ironing all the hair to one side, and then I'll go back to the other side and iron it the other way. And also notice that I worked base to mid shaft in the blow dry, so now I'm just going mid shaft to ends with my iron work. That way I don't have to put this hot iron on all of the hair throughout. Also love this Neuro iron because it tells you the temperature, but then it tells you what type of hair you should be using it on. This is medium hair set at 360 degrees. So that way you're not damaging your hair that way as well. All right, same thing, mid shaft to ends. And now I switched to my Ergo Diamond Head brush. It's just a smaller version of a paddle brush. I like this for short hairstyles and also doing some iron work. Hair's looking nice now. Back out a little bit. The other cool thing about an undercut is it'll actually give it a little pop of volume because you have those shorter hairs underneath, depending on the length that you cut it, obviously. But in this case, it kind of bevels it over the occipital bone area. Bringing that hair back to life, yeah, for sure. It's amazing what you can do with a little bit of product. A little elbow grease. All right, almost there. Okay. So there she is. She's all smoothed out. Underneath, there is an undercut, which you can barely even tell at this moment. It's obviously just pretty skinny all the way around this perimeter length. So here's what I want you guys to kind of notice and where I'm focusing in on where I'm going to cut it. So see where it starts to get weaker. That's where I definitely want to make sure my cut is. So right about this point here, I'm going to go a little bit above that. That's going to give me a crisp, clean line and effect in there. Now, dry hair cutting, and we're going to do a cool technique called the stroking technique to take some of this length off, give it a tiny bit of movement and layering, and then we'll go in and define it a little bit later as well. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to twist her over here. I'm going to start in the back. And I'll show you guys this technique from multiple angles so you guys can get a real good idea of how we cut it. But right here, I'm going to take a vertical line straight down center back. All this hair in my hand. You can see the undercut underneath here. Let me get that out of the way. There we go. zoom out a little bit. All right. Can you ship products to the UK from your website? Yes. I'm not sure about extra taxes at this point. There's just a standard shipping rate for out of the US. So you can check it out and see what it is in your area. But we do ship all over the world, most of our products. All right, so I've got my section straight out here. Now, I'm using more of a dry cutting comb or a wide tooth comb so that I can easily kind of comb through this hair. Also, I don't need a ton of tension, so that's going to take that away. And then I want to look at where my length is going to be. I'm going to pull this hair out here, and then I'm just going to come up and open, down and close. So it's going to look like this kind of motion. I'm going to do it a little bit longer first. So we'll go just like this. And it's a bouncing motion of the scissor. So the scissor bounces like this, and as it comes up, it opens. So it looks like this. So up and open, down and close, and you just bounce like this. Up and open, down and close. Up and open, down and close. Just work that section. So I'll hold it here and over top of my fingers. So that was a long version, but you can see kind of where we cut it right there. It created that line. Now I'm going to do it a little bit shorter and really get into the haircut at this point. So right here, I'm going to go a little bit shorter. And notice that my fingers are curling away as I cut. So I start here, and then as I'm cutting, my fingers curl away so I can cut a straight line in the hair. Just like that. Now I comb that hair down. It's going to sit right at that hairline down at the bottom. Be nice and broken. As I comb it down, I can cut into it just to give it a little bit harder edge. Nice healthy looking edge. And then we're going to grow this line from here a little bit longer. So everything's going to over direct it back to us. So just like this, pivot through the top, bring that hair back to me, into the center back. I can see my guide right there, and I come in and I cut. Now, some of you guys might not want to do this technique, so you might be asking what else you can do. You could point cut this as well. So if you wanted to take the hair like this, comb it back into that point here, and then just point cut that line, you could do that as well. But for me, I just feel like the stroking technique is easier once you get it to really put in a nice hard line. So I'm going to continue going through this way. So straight back into that center back, just comb all of the hair at the scalp back to you. There's my line, and I'm going to come through and cut. Now it's starting to bevel under because we're using that elevation, we're using that head shape for the over direction. And then I'll define the line once we're done. That perimeter line. So here, there's our guide. Last bit. Okay, so now I comb this down. Now it gets quite a bit longer towards the front. But because of the elevation, we create kind of a weak part in this haircut. So what I can do is then go in and cut a line. So I'll go here, and I'm going to decide what do I want this line to look like. So I'm going to go straight across just like this. And that bevel from the elevation plays into my favor here. You can see that line working out. Same thing, just continue, and you can draw whatever line you want into the front. And it's just going to get heavier because of how much over direction happened. This hair tends to be a little bit heavier in the front because all the weight got pushed to the front. So just like that. And there's our beginning line. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side here. This is where it gets a little tricky because your body position is going to change a bit. Body position is going to be similar, but your combing will change because I want to bring everything back to the center, so I have to do a little back combing technique through it. Now I'm drinking tea and watching you. Thanks. Thanks so much. All right. Can the tease cutting technique be done as well? Yeah, for sure. So if you wanted to, you could literally take this section here and you could tease cut into it just like this. So a half close of the scissor and create the same effect, same feeling. So that's really just up to you, what technique you prefer. Again, point cutting can do it as well. All right, so now I'm scooping this hair back to me, into that center back. Cutting. Same thing here. Comb the hair back. There's my guide. Cut. Go. And the last bit. All right. So now once we get that cut, again, we have a diffused base. So now I can just take a look at the opposite side and I can continue and cut my line to match up both sides. Just like that. And this becomes nice and easy to cut because you've skinnied up the perimeter. Right here. Now once I get that, I'll smooth it out with the iron a little bit more because now the length of our hair has changed, so we don't have that bevel in it anymore. So I'll just add a little bevel to it right in the front. Like this. Luana, thank you so much. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. So just a little bevel, both sides. And you can see how fresh and healthy the ends look, even though she had some pretty processed hair to begin with. this bit. So just giving that a little, kind of follow the cheek or the jawline with the hair. I feel like that gives it a nice little silhouette. Now a little texture spray. Get the hair out of her face for the internet. And you can see just a nice kind of bevel to it. Now, obviously, if she had finer hair, you could kind of do that technique all the way throughout if you wanted to. You wouldn't have to do the undercut, but I feel like the undercut just kind of gives it that that kind of bevel to it. So this little bevel that happens here, it doesn't poof out. It doesn't get too thick looking because you have that undercut underneath. And, you know, you can even mess up the hair, and this is not thick hair at all, and you can see that it already kind of just makes it look nice and light and textured as opposed to it being, you know, super thick long bob. So go here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to style this up a little more, a little better, but I want to take some of your guys' questions. So post those in the chat here. Let me get back to the camera. All right, so let's see where we're at. Thank you so much, Leah. Appreciate it. What we got? Benita. Grow underneath. What would you suggest? So if your hair doesn't grow underneath, this is a great haircut as long as you give maybe a little less length. So take it a little bit shorter. It's a good haircut for somebody that doesn't have a ton of hair because, especially if it doesn't grow in the back much, because you already kind of have this feel, but the longer it gets, the more separation you're going to see and the less dense it's going to look. So also advisable to a flat head. Yeah, for sure. That's a great call. People that have kind of a flatter head in the back, having that undercut kind of helps push the hair out just a little bit. So that's a good one. Sweet. Very cool. Thank you guys so much. Is this live or is this Tuesdays? This is live. So this is proof that it's live. This is live. All right. Very cool. Glad you like it, Kay. Different layering video. Fast forward to the end to see if it's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I hear you. You don't want to watch something for a long time and then it not be what you like. All right, what else we got? Love Alive Tuesday, watching from England. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. It says Tuesday on the screen. Love the cut. It is Tuesday. Maybe it's not Tuesday where you're at. Very cool. All right. So, a couple things I want you guys to know. You know, this was a quicker class today. But, you know, sometimes they don't have to be long. Couple things coming up. Tomorrow, we have Brian Hare, who's going to be on here. So let me put this up here. Let me get rid of that. Okay, wait. Let me make this go away. So Brian Hare is coming up tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to be doing some hair color for you guys right here live in the studio. And then the next event we have is Thursday, and we have Danielle coming in. She's going to do some curly hair coloring as well. We're going to do some highlights on curly hair. I'll show you guys a couple of the pre-dones that we have. But those classes are coming up the next 2 days, which I'm really excited about. Here is both pre-done mannequins, so you guys can kind of see what they're going to go over. Tomorrow, Brian's going to teach you this coloring technique to create, we'll do this a little better for tomorrow, but the brightness around the face, that pop of blonde there. And then you've got Danielle's bold highlights throughout curly hair, which is going to be a super fun class as well. Those will both be live on this channel the next 2 days. So very excited for that. Can you do more color? We're going to do color. That is what is coming up. It's Tuesday in the Bay Area of San Francisco. Yes, it's Tuesday here as well. Will you upload yesterday's session on FSE? So I'm in the process, if you're talking about the Virtual Cutting Club, which is the group that we meet together on Zoom every Monday, that we will be, I'm uploading that right now, so you'll have that soon. Just look under the VCC replays, you'll get an alert on the app. So any of you guys that are looking to, where's it at? So any of you guys are looking to purchase some tools, we've got the TriRazor. That's available on our online store, Shop FSE. We also have the Virtual Cutting Club, which is on our app, FSE Now. That is an education-based app. Everything on there is free except for the Virtual Cutting Club, which is $50 a month. And we do private classes every Monday over Zoom. So I watch you guys cut hair. We go over different topics, and it's a super fun time. So if you guys want to be a part of that, you just go to the FSE Now app, download it, and decide what you want to sign up for, the free account or the Virtual Cutting Club account. If you're already on there, you can upgrade your account just by going to your membership settings, and you'll see like these are the Virtual Cutting Club classes. You can access them there. My friend Ben Brown from the UK is going to be on live with that group on Thursday, which is going to be super exciting. So that's early in the morning. It's a 9 a.m. class. So tons of classes coming up. Make sure you download the app so you stay in tune with everything that's going on at Free Salon Education. And that's pretty much it. So I hear you. I get confused too. All right, cool. Love the TriRazor. Candace, thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, cool. So if you guys get a chance, if there's anything, if you cut hair with the TriRazor or you cut hair in general, just tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see it. I can share you guys on my story. And that's about it. Thank you to MinervaBeauty.com. If you guys are looking to upgrade your salon furniture, I'm not sure if that big sale is still going on that they had, I believe, maybe through yesterday. It could be through today. I should probably know that, but go check out their website, MinervaBeauty.com, if you're looking for salon equipment, tools, different things. They have the best prices and pretty much right now availability on pretty much everything. So if you're looking to upgrade your salon furniture, go hang out with my friends at MinervaBeauty.com. And also thank you to Paul Mitchell for supporting these classes. I hope you guys like the style and all the products that we used and the tools. You can get those on Paul Mitchell's website as well. All right. I was thinking about the highlight education. That's right. I hope you guys are excited about that coming up tomorrow. Will this be on YouTube later? I'd like to take notes. Jane, yeah, for sure. So this doesn't go away. So if you just go on YouTube or if you download the FSE Now app, you can access all of these classes right as soon as they're done. So they are available. Well, I need a head every class. So Angela, that's a great question. So for the Virtual Cutting Club, you do not need a head for every class. This is, oh, that's not the logo. We redid it. Where is it? It's here. So this is the Virtual Cutting Club. So anything that you see on the app that has that Virtual Cutting Club logo, that's accessed through being a member. We try to be cautious of how many mannequins we use during those classes. So like yesterday's class, we did texturizing techniques on a short hair mannequin. So the goal was a mannequin that you basically are done with. You could go in and do some techniques with that. Try to make sure that on hand you have a long hair, a medium, and a short, just so that as we work through it, you kind of have a go-to mannequin, and we try not to just cut things off for the fun of it. So it's always little focused techniques. So like yesterday, like I said, I just showed you guys like 5 of my favorite texturizing techniques. You didn't even need a mannequin. You could just kind of mimic it with your hands and your scissors. So it's only an hour and we do it every single week. So, you know, it's just about getting better and learning something new every week. That's pretty much it. All right. Strong, long, upper hair direction. Would this help that? Strong, long, upper hair direction. I'm not sure what that means, but upper hair direction. All right, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I love Paul Mitchell. Awesome, Sherry. Very cool, me too. Let's see. All right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the class today. I really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Can't wait for tomorrow's class. So make sure that you're keeping track of everything that's happening. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell on whatever platform you're on right now. And if you made it this far in the class, type "made it" in the chat. I love seeing that, who actually kind of watched the whole thing. And then also, if you want to, you can go to our online store. And if you spend over $100, use the code "MADEIT." One word in checkout, and you'll save 10% off your order. That's kind of our gift to you guys for paying attention through the whole thing. So go check out our shop, Shop FSE, which is right here, Shop FSE, and you can get all the tools that I used on the class today. All right. Super cool, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Tuesday. We'll have a lot of fun. Really? That wasn't the button I was trying to hit. This one. Nope, not that one. Still not it. There it is. All right, guys, thank you so much.